No, he cannot be dashing. No, he gets the third one as well.
Wow! Gets the side. Fight on! I mean, lightning fast gets another. He's gonna get probably another. Lightning fast! Oh my god! To get one, he gets another. MW1 proving to be the hero. Gets a lot of spam coming in. He gets a MW1 is coming up clutch.
Look out, but look at Paradox! He's gonna go find that one. He's actually gonna be able to get away with murder and probably survive with a third kill as well. One Pepcon comes in as the backup, and Paradox.
Good afternoon there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. I'm your host, Assassin47 on the desk. With me are casters and analysts, Floki and Universe. How are you guys doing? Starting with you, Floki.
Doing just fine. Excited to see what the new season brings. Yeah, you know, new matches, new teams, new faces. What to expect? I don't know. Let's find out.
Definitely. Talking about new faces, we have got some interesting changes being made to teams and whatnot. So let's quickly head on over towards today's matchups, and we'll be walking you guys through this change as well. So for the first half of the day, we have got Sus Squad going up against True Ripper Esports. Now, you guys might be wondering who Sus Squad are. So they are ex-Tempest. So they're not new faces, but at the same time, they're coming in with a new name. So it is going to be Sus Squad, that is ex-Tempest going up against True Ripper Esports. For the second half of the day, we've got Global Esports going up against August 5. So yeah, August 5, they definitely are new to the Gauntlet, and we're expecting some insane stuff coming out from them as well. They're going to be fighting off against the Titan. There's going to be Global Esports today for the second half of the day. So really excited. What do you think about today's matchups, Universe?
You know, it's going to be absolutely amazing. Can't wait to get back in the new season, just like Floki said. And to start off with, you know, Sus Squad and Two Rippers going at it with each other. It's just going to get all the more exciting because this is the beginning of what is going to be a long road for these two teams who survived in the season 1 but did not make it to the playoffs. And this time around, I'm pretty sure that they would want to get on the winning ways and, you know, go ahead and try to get that 4th or 3rd spot in the playoffs and compete with the big league. So yeah, let's say it's going to be very interesting to see who's going to take the victory today.
Definitely. And with that, we are also going to be, taking a quick look at the group standings and talking about the group standings a little bit, right? Like, we know for a fact that all of these new teams that have made their way into the group standings, we're going to be taking a look at Group A standings because the first game is between True Ripper Esports and Sus Squad, which who are part of Group A. So, Floki, what do you think about, the entire group? I mean, I am asking you this because, this is the first day for me, at least, in Gauntlet Season 2. So I wanted to know on how exactly do you think both the group standings are, and what do you think about both of these groups?
I just think that the groups are completely stacked. I feel like Group A, especially, is just such a hard group. After what we saw yesterday, after Enigma beat Velocity Gaming, I think overall there's going to be even more fear in the group because Enigma is stronger than before. And not only is there Enigma to worry about, now you also have godlike Esports, you also have T69 who made it to the playoffs. So yeah, you have a lot of teams over here that you need to keep your eyes on. And if you're any of these teams that are looking to get in the top 4 and in the playoffs yourselves, you have to beat one of these teams. I mean, just think about it. I mean, the top 4 might already be decided if these guys cannot step up, right? T69, godlike, Velocity, Enigma, very, very strong teams. Flamex Serenity, Sus Squad, Reckoning, and True Rippers to some extent are going to be struggling to match up against these Titans, and it's really going to take a very concentrated effort by all of them to try and snag away a spot from these four teams to make it in the top four. So yeah, that's what I think about this group. I just think this is a very hard group to be in overall, and all of these matches are going to be super interesting.
That's true, and we know for a fact that Group A is pretty stacked as well, right? Because the way we see it is with the entry of newer teams like Reckoning Esports and even Sus Squad as well. I mean, yeah, we know for a fact that Sus Squad were ex-Tempest, but again, bringing in a new name, they definitely are going to bring a whole lot of change. Let's hope that they're not going to be going back to their shotgun ways, even though it works. But yeah, everyone loves to see some shotgun action, and we can't wait to see what Sus Squad are going to do today against True Rippers Esports. Talking a little bit about both of these teams now, let's get on towards the team spotlight, the team intros for both of these teams. Starting off with the side of Sus Squad, going to be taking a look at how exactly their entire roster is, which players are playing in this particular team. I mean, you guys know X-Tempest, but if you don't, got you covered. Universe, why don't you go ahead and take it over?
Oh, this team has been, they have been a very on and off performance they've had in season one, and now in season two, they have the same lineup except the fact that they are now called Sus Squad. And these guys have individual potential. We've seen Zoid, we've seen Chops, we've seen Darksword go absolutely crazy on the server. We've seen him pull off individual performances like probably one of the best of their professional lives. But at the same time, as a team, sometimes they have that synergy that is lacking in them. There's some things that the other teams, that the top tier teams like Global and Velocity are pretty good at doing. And I'm pretty sure that with the amount of quality these guys bring onto the table by themselves individually, if they can just go ahead and translate that into more of a teamwork and a networked play, then I'm 100% sure that this team has the potential to go ahead and give competition to the top teams as well. Today they're going to be facing off against True Rippers, who were pretty good last season. They almost qualified, True Rippers, but unfortunately they couldn't, and they couldn't grab onto that fourth spot. But hey, this time around, Sus Squad, they have an opportunity. It's a fresh start. It's a new season. And if they're going to be able to showcase what they've practiced in the last couple of weeks after, they got... the last couple of weeks that they got to practice with each other again under the new banner of Sus Squad, it's going to be absolutely crazy and see how exactly Sus Squad are going to be adapting to True Rippers this time.
Definitely. We know for a fact that these guys, previously in season one, they did not have a lot of, high octane, intense kind of a big brain strategic play coming out from them. And hopefully we are looking forward to seeing what they are going to do in season two. Season one was, pretty much where these guys went ahead, took on the behemoths, the titans in the scene. They tried to go ahead and give that fight as well. Yeah, they had to use their own ways in order to take down these aim gods in front of them, quote unquote shotguns. But yeah, we are going to be looking forward to seeing what they're going to do in season two. Hopefully they have got their strat book ready, and hopefully it's going to be a really good one against True Ripper Esports today. Talking about True Ripper Esports, let's go ahead and take a look at True Ripper Esports' team intro now, and check out some of these insane players from their side, and highlight them as well. And I want you to do it for me, Floki. I want you to give out your thoughts on the entire roster coming out from the side of True Ripper Esports, and I want you to go ahead and put all of these insane players from their side into the spotlight.
Oh yeah, I mean these guys have been around for quite a while, right? I mean I remember Paradox from his early days in Reckoning when he used to be on that team. This is way back, and he used to be a pretty decent player. Since then he's obviously changed rosters. Now he's playing in True Rippers, but like you mentioned, True Rippers came very close to qualifying for the playoffs. So statistically speaking, these guys do have the slightly better chance to take the BO3 against the side of Sus Squad, or formerly known as Team Tempest. But with that said, I wouldn't leave, I wouldn't be so sure about it either, because they've had a week to practice, all of these teams. So maybe they've worked on their flaws, they've worked on everything that went wrong, and maybe a little bit more for the side of Tempest as well, right? Because they knew for quite a while after their group performance is that something is left lacking and they need to fill in those gaps. So even during the time when they weren't playing or they weren't really there for the playoffs, they could have been practicing. So essentially, they got some more practice time, and maybe compared to True Rippers, who were sort of on the edge of if they're going to qualify or not. But yeah, with that said, I think that this is going to be an interesting match. I'm really curious to see how Relic, Master, and Paradox have changed their play up in this team and how they're going to match up against the new Sus squad. And yeah, I'm excited to see what this one brings.
Definitely. I'm also excited to see how exactly they're going to be working around with their aim stars, namely Master. We have got one tap god, we got Paradox as well. I mean, Paradox, we know for a fact that whatever game he picks up, he kind of goes ahead and puts up the numbers in terms of the frag department at least. Wins, I'm not really sure. But yeah, I'm just gonna put it out there. He is definitely sort of a master when it comes down to aim in different games, and in Valorant, it's no different as well. So yeah, with that, Tripper Esports, we are expecting them to, bring out something new as well. Their entire journey throughout season one has been kind of monotonous, where they kind of work around with their aggression and their aim. But we want them to go ahead and put in a little bit of a tactic in there as well. Put in a little bit of that intense fake situations where the other team, they are sort of left scratching their heads as to what exactly is happening around, and they sort of get bamboozled as well. Looking forward to seeing that as well coming out from the side of True for Esports. But with that, it's time for us to talk about the maps. The map veto is going to be coming up right in front of your screens, and I want Universe's opinion on how exactly the entire map veto is laid out, because we're going to be starting off with Icebox, then we're going to move on towards Ascent, and then the decider is going to be on Haven.
This is pretty, I would say, uneven map pool that we have, because I don't think we've seen a map pool quite like this before. Whenever I see Icebox, somehow there's just some way I'm bound to see a bind in there, just because we want to see two opposites of the earth in front of us, the ice and the sand. But right now it's going to be Icebox to lead from the front. It's going to be Icebox being played first. Ascent, which is going to be following up Icebox, and if we go to it, it's going to be Haven. Now, about this entire map pool, the one thing that obviously standing out for me is that the first map is Icebox, which is not a very common occurrence. But True Rippers, hey, they seem like they've practiced quite a bit on it, and they've chosen to go with it. Icebox has quickly become, quite a bit of a favorite map for not just a couple of teams, but a lot of teams now, because, after its introduction, which was pretty late, a lot of teams have got used to it, and, they know exactly how they want to approach it. They know the compositions of the agents that they want to play in, and they're just trying to, make sure that they feel at home with this, and that's exactly why I'm pretty sure that True Rippers have gone with this as well. Ascent, though, has been a home map for every single team since the very beginning of, the time it has come on, and it's gonna be, it's just gonna be the same old, it's like go back to the basics, go back to the roots where Ascent is. But Icebox is gonna be different. We're gonna have to see if Sus Squad are gonna be able to defend the force of True Rippers that's gonna come in the first half of Icebox. And whereas Haven, I'm not quite sure who's gonna, if we're gonna go to Haven, even it could be a 2-0 for either team. But I would love to see a third map come up. But yeah, this is definitely an interesting map pool.
Well, with keeping in mind the fact that it's Sus Squad playing today, I kind of thought that we might see a split in that as well. But yeah, we obviously did not get to see a split in there. But I'm very happy to see these teams going ahead and bringing in a change in their entire map pool, right? Like starting off the map with Icebox, as you said, it's not something that you see every day. Like all of these teams, they usually tend to go in for something like Ascent, Bind, or even Haven. But now that these guys are going ahead and playing the map of Icebox right off the bat, that is something that is truly interesting, and it sort of fills our heart as well with joy to see these teams working on their flaws, and with the entire tournament, that is the Gauntlet, just giving them the platform as well to know where exactly they can improve, where exactly they can go ahead and rectify their flaws and their mistakes as well. But Floki, any closing thoughts on the map veto before we head on into the game?
No idea, but I feel like this is probably going to go the distance. We're going to have 3 maps. This is just starting off. All these teams are feeding out each other. No real power curve has been established just yet. So, yeah, I'm just going to play it safe and safe. You're going to see all 3 maps. Who's going to win? I don't know.
Definitely. Let's hope for a good one for sure. And with that, we are going to be jumping straight into a short break where we've got some message from our sponsors. And while we go in for a break, I want you guys to go ahead and check out the links down in the description below. Check out some of the amazing deals brought to you by our lovely sponsors, LG Ultragear, WD Black, and AMD Ryzen Radeon. And go ahead and browse through some of those deals. Get yourselves some upgrades because you might definitely need it for your next, I don't know, maybe you guys might be a part of Gauntlet. You never know. That's right. So with that, we're going to be going in for a short break. We're going to be right back with the match. The casters for the day are going to be Universe and Floki. Hope these guys are definitely going to be having an amazing time casting throughout this best of 3. So be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, no, he can only dash. No, he gets the third one as well. Good.
Wow! Fight on! I mean, lightning fast gets another. He's gonna get probably another. Lightning fast! Oh my god!
To get one, he gets another. MW1 proving to be the hero. Gets a lot of spam coming in. He gets a
MW1 is coming up clutch. Look out, but look at Paradox! He's gonna go find that one. He's actually gonna be able to get away with murder and probably survive with a third kill as well. One tap on comes in as the backup, and Paradox.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to LG Ultragear presents the Esports Club Gauntlet Season 2 powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. My name is Floki. Joining me for this one is going to be Universe. We have the ex-Tempest squad, now known as Sus squad, going up against True Rippers, a team that almost made it to the edge of the playoffs, but didn't quite get there. Universe, what are your expectations going into this best of 3?
It's definitely going to be a little bit of a spicy affair for sure, but I think the Two Rippers might just have the upper hand over here, given that they have chosen a map that I don't think Sus Squad are too comfortable with. But hey, we're going to have to watch and find out as the agent selection has come up in front of our screens, and this time around, it's going to be a pretty much of a default setup coming in from the side of Sus Squad. We see Zoid going with the Reyna. Drixit has chosen to go with the Jet as we usually see him. AEZ has gone with the Viper as Kubrick locks in that Sova and chops with the Sage. And looks like Sus Squad are pretty much up and ready to go with this, while True Rippers, they are still around the edge lines. They still haven't picked. Well, I'm pretty sure that One Tap God will go for that Viper because we've seen him play that multiple times before. But yeah, that Paradox, he's going to be the first one. Yeah, as we expected, it's going to be him with the Jet. While Master, I am not quite sure if they really want to go with the Yoru. Do they?
I don't know. I mean, I've not really seen the Yoru work out ever, but maybe this team has practiced it and have done something with it that's slightly different. Who knows, right? For the time being, though, I think what's interesting to point out is the fact that the side of Sus Squad have gone for the Reyna over picking up the Killjoy, which is usually what you go for in the lineup when you're playing Icebox, right? You like to go for those two Sentinels. You just like having that extra set of security on both that mid area towards Tubes as well as the A site. Instead, they opt for a Reyna, so I believe they're going to go for a more active approach towards the mid area. Usually you see Reynas playing mid on a map like Icebox. A lot of places where you can place that layer, have it be really effective. Even set up your teammates to peek on the back of your layer, something that really haven't seen a lot of Reynas do, but something that is definitely a possibility. But for now, we should be jumping into the game real soon and seeing exactly what they're doing as Darexor just lets out a yawn. And he's like, man, I'm so tired of this. Just get me out of this game already.
Oh, Darexor, he got quite a long way to go, buddy. You probably have 3 maps to play. And on the other side, where you had a couple of yawns, on the other side, you've got a couple of laughs. And yeah, Two Rippers, they look like they're coming in this with pretty happy mood, as they might have a few jokes coming in, but I'm pretty sure that's all going to be turning very serious as soon as we start up this match, and that's going to be in 1 second. Sus Squad versus True Ripper Esports. This is the first map of Icebox, and it looks like Sus Squad are going to be having a rain of bullets coming into their bodies at the A site, which looks very likely at the moment. Kubrick lets out a shock dart. It's not going to affect a lot though. There's a lot of players rushing in over here. They need to block this out. Daxter tries to get away, but it's going to be One Tap God and Paradox to get 1 kill for each of themselves, as the plant is going to go down pretty easily. And a jumping classic is not going to find Daxter, but he's going to get healed instead. Back to 100 HP he goes as Sus Squad. Men down actually. Make that 3 men down, 3v5, 3v2 now. Sorry, 5v2 now. As Chops finally gets one back. The Sage goes down, and I'm not quite sure how long they're going to be able to survive this, but looks short-lived. Cross takes down AEZ. As the last man standing, he's just going to get a jumping classic bullet to his face. Chops, he's finally going to receive it instead of Derek Sort, as the Viper from the opponent team is just going to shut him down.
Yeah, that has to be adding insult to injury there. One Tap God just jumping and getting the triple shot from the classic. It's funny, you'd imagine that would be nerfed in the in the new patch, but for some reason that just went unchanged. They nerfed the pistols overall, made sure you just can't run and gun anymore with them. But yeah, for some reason the jumping classic still works. Well, don't know exactly when that's gonna get fixed, but for the time being, it looks like True Rippers are just gonna be super happy about winning the first pistol and take this free round. The recon dart is gonna go for the swim across the icy waters of Icebox. Not really gonna find much except for seals and whales and penguins and whatever the hell swims under the surface of those waters. Paradox, big headshot, and he manages to dash away, so he's gonna be alive for a little while longer. Still has the shields. In the meantime, everyone else looking to get some map control from the side of Team Sus Squad, but they really haven't found all that much. Darexor is pushed up a little bit, but at that range with the frenzy, it can be somewhat hard to find kills.
Oh yeah, they've left One Tap God over here, and he's gonna do what he does best, and that is tap people's heads and body on the top as well. As True Rippers, they have got the advantage.
Oh my God.
One Tap God, alright, okay. That's just nutty. Over here, it's gonna be 1 kill that goes in favor of Darexor, but that's gonna be it. As True Rippers, they are gonna be making sure that they successfully get that round down and over with just one casualty, and that's not going to be a problem at all. They've got Spectres across the board, one Vandal on the hands of Paradox, as you would expect. But this time, Sus Squad, they have a completely kitted up buy to face off this True Ripper push coming in. It looks like it's probably going to be A again.
Oh yeah. I mean, the good thing for the side of True Rippers is just the fact that they're going to accumulate so much money by playing this bonus that even though the side of Sus Squad might win this round, if they just want to get 3 picks, it's going to damage the economy so much that they're going to have the advantage soon, you know, in the next round. Paradox starts things off with a very juicy martial one. Oh my god, he gets another headshot on Zoid, just opening things up on this ace side. Somehow, Paradox just completely renders these rifles ineffective, and now it's all down to Chops and the gang. We're not really in a good position to try and take this, but Chops still manages to stand his ground and take out Master. Darexot's going to be there to back him up as well. The spike has gone down though. The time is working against them. They need to get in there, find these fights and win them too. One tap, God and Paradox. They're going to chime in and get all these kills. Darexot is good enough for one, but yeah, this is not all that good for the side of Team Sus Squad. I mean, I have to say, this was not a round that I was expecting True Rippers to win, but somehow Paradox just makes it work.
Absolutely, and honestly, the thing about Paradox is the guy with any weapon is to be feared. Even if he has a classic in his hands at that range, he will somehow find a headshot at the very minimum. He will give that 78 damage. And now, forget about the bonus, Floki. They didn't even have to lose anything because they picked up all the weapons that was dropped by Sus Squad, and that is a double bonus in my eyes for sure.
Oh yeah, and now Zoid is gonna look to put his classic to work, sorry, his marshal to work, and Relic towards the mid area will find Darexot. The Swiper constantly being set up for B basically means that every single time she has to rotate out and try to find some impact on the A side, but even by the time she rotates, it's too little too late. And just being a Viper on defense, when you rotate, apart from the snake bites, it can be somewhat hard to find impact, and especially when the enemy team has taken so much map control, it's very hard to get in a position to try and have impact. At that point, you're primarily looking towards your initiators and, you know, maybe your duelists if they have some flashes or something to try and reclaim some lost land. But even that is just too late. I mean, yeah, True Rippers just put up 4 rounds on board now, and we'll see if that Viper setup changes coming in from Sus Squad. But for now, she seems to be going for B again.
Yeah, they do. But you know, Floki, the thing about, like you pointed out, the thing about a Viper is that you are not as flexible as an agent like Asht or Omen who can provide smokes any single where of the map, right? Once you commit that wall, you're just done and dealt to it. Maybe that orb can help you, but right now it's the Hunter's Fury that's going to try to help out to Rippers as Cross actually finds Zoid, and that's an immediate disadvantage for the Sus Squad side, and they're not going to be feeling very good about this at all. Kubrix is going to try to get some information for his team towards A side, and now he's going to call it out that there's nobody from True Rippers who are anywhere close to the A side, and they should call in rotation from the Sage who is sitting over here on the A side as well. A couple of sound cues should have been heard by that drone. I am not quite sure. But Cross is going back towards A as Paradox throws in the smoke towards mid. And True Rippers are trying to bamboozle Sus Squad over here. And they seem confused as they've left only one man standing over here, Chops. And oh, this is not going to be good for him at all. He peeks his angle 1 second early. But he throws down his wall. He's giving away his position. And that's it. Now they know that Chops is here. And they're going to have to work around this slowly. But he's still the only man here, Floki. This is not looking good.
Yeah, now the recon dart's gonna give away everything. The footsteps come in. Chops, he's gonna peek. He sees the Sage, but he doesn't get the kill. Master's quite low in terms of HP, so maybe Chops can go for at least solve the plant. He's gonna get Paradox to start things off, but one tap boss gonna take him out in return. And now the side walled off. The backup, it's gonna take time to arrive. They've also deployed the nanoswarm, so pretty much at this point, it comes down to playing post plant. And with only 3 members alive, Sus Squad can't really make this retake work. I mean, it's gonna take a miracle and a half to get them out of this situation.
Oh, Cross. That tapping did not work out for him. Kubrix, okay, Darexot comes in with a no-scope, jumping down from the heavens above. Takes down one tap, got no more Viper Spit to work with. 2v2. Still doable for 2 Rippers, and looks like Master's gonna make sure. Sorry, it was a 3v2. Now it's a 2v2. As Master makes sure that his team is staying on top of this right now. The Fuse is being stuck, and they need to run in for this. AZ sticking it. This might just go his way, but no, it's gonna be Relic to save the day. It's gonna be 2 Rippers to put up round number 5 with no response coming in from the side of Sus Squad, and slowly but surely they are just diving deep down into the cold waters of Icebox, And I don't think that they're feeling great about the temperature over here, because the warmer it gets for True Rippers, Sus Squad, they're just diving down colder into the minus Celsius degrees, and it's just a matter of time before they completely die out.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, their economy is not looking all that good. They have not put up a single round so far, and yeah, they're pretty much gonna end up with 6 rounds having not put up a single fight. Even if they start winning now, the economic advantage is so big that the side of, the side of True Rippers can afford to lose multiple buy rounds in a row. Master's gonna find Zoid once again to start things off over here. And it just doesn't seem like that Reina has been finding all that much impact as they were looking for. Paradox is also going to find Kubrick's trying to be out tag. He's going to get a second one. And that's about it. This round is done and dusted. Let's see how much direct shot can do. Maybe he can find one pick, but nope. Master denies him that too. Now, it's all down to AZ. Just hoping that maybe if he can find a weapon, he can take it into the next round. But even that's not going to happen.
Oh boy. True Rippers, they have definitely put the pressure on the gas pedal from the very beginning, and it is Sus Squad who are feeling it against them, and they look pretty confident, they look pretty calm, they look pretty settled into this over here, True Rippers, while Sus Squad, they do have a little bit of work to do if they keep on losing on rounds like this. You know, this is the one thing that the one thing that I really think is affecting their gameplay is the fact that they're not able to hold off. You know, they're leaving one player on site, and there's always one advantage that goes towards the side of True Rippers because of that first advantage that they get. And that teamwork is just not coming in from the side of Sus Squad, and that's just blowing up. That's just blowing up in their faces. Direct shot, trying to aggress towards mid. He wants to get that initial peak for his team. But what he doesn't realize is that he could have a lot of players peeking up in his direction. It's going to be Relic in a 1v1 to win it out, and that's not good for them at all. Initial frag again gone. Direct shot. One of their star performers is not going to be able to help them unless the revive comes in, which is available, by the way. If they choose to go towards mid, and it looks like that's going to be it. Yeah, I think he's going for the revive over there towards mid, while True Rippers are clearing out A side for themselves.
So this time around the Viper is towards A, so maybe they can have some more defense working in their favor, but the attack of Killjoy ult comes in, and this one's gonna be super hard for AZ to hold on to. He's trying to push forward and find some kills. If he can find one, he can make it work for his team, but he's only gonna get one. Jobs elsewhere arrives direct shot. So now the man advantage has been equalized to an extent. Thanks to that rest coming in, but Paradox sees one through the recon, gets the kill on direct shot. That's the resurrection being rendered ineffective. Zoid has the ult farm, has the Empress. How much work can he do? That's the question. But look at the big backstab coming in from Chobs. They might not see this coming. Wait, no, Paradox, he's aware. That's exactly what Chobs is up to and takes him out. And now it's all down to good old Kubricks in a 1v4. Looking to clutch it out for his team. He's going to find the first kill. Still has HP to boot, but it's going to get double peaked from 2 different angles, and there's nothing he can do in that situation. Paradox gets himself a 4K. This man just fragging out of his mind in the first 7 rounds on Icebox.
Oh boy, he continues to do this. It's gonna be a world of pain for the side of Sus Squad. They're already 7 rounds up over here, Floki. And have you noticed this? You know, every single member from the side of Sus Squad is only taking 1v1s or 1v2s. We've not seen a proper team fight come in from them yet, have we? That teamwork is looking a little bit too, nascent at this point. It's just not happening for them. And they need to work out some sort of a strategy as a team, because True Rippers clearly have the hand above on their head right now, and they're just spinning their heads. And look at that, Paradox is just going to take out Direct Shot's head with that Phantom, and that initial peak. See, there's no trade coming back either. Master gets another, and one by one all of these kids are falling out. Paradox is definitely going to find one more for himself, and this is probably, I don't know which round this is that he's getting a multi-kill for himself, but it's definitely like maybe the 3rd or 4th round. Chobs finally puts him down, but it's going to be Sus Squad in the 2v3 retake, which looks highly unlikely.
Yeah, and once again, they're not playing off each other. You can see Chobs is swinging wide. His teammate is still not looking. He's trying to just make sure he doesn't get backstabbed. And that Owl is going to spot out Chobs. Just buy them even more time here on the defense. And one tap God's going to find him through that wall. Man, this is just sad. For the side of Sus Squad, they just haven't been able to find that impact. And Relic spots him walking in from that Viper wall and takes him out. I mean, this is looking like a shellacking. This is True Rippers just not giving any quarter over to the side of Sus Squad. And Sus Squad, they're going down that slippery slope of force buying every round. They force bought last round. Their players didn't have money. We saw a couple of Guardians and Sheriffs come out. And now, once again, we're seeing the same thing happen. Kubrick has bought a Vandal. Okay, now he's going to sell that for a Sheriff in turn. But yeah, you just don't have the money to buy every single round if you're gonna force buy like that. So as a result, now they have to go up an extra round and probably make this a 9-0 half. This is very demoralizing if you are the side of Sus Squad. And this time around, Jobs, he decides that enough is enough. He needs to get some morale back for his team. Goes forward with the Sheriff, tries to get a pick, but it's Cubrix who finds the first one, and it's Paradox. That's a very crucial kill to find. But guess what? Master, he still has the Resurrection at the ready, and the body is in a good spot. If he can get him back up, it is unlikely that he's going to die a second time, unless they run in for the peak. But he's going to hold on to that Resurrection for now. He's not going to use it right off the bat. There you go. Now it's going to be used up. And yeah, one tap God, he's going to find Zoid once again. Cross is going to find Cubrix. This is just... oh boy, this is just so sad. I mean, the Viper wall was not used at all in this round. I think Viper was saving it from the side of Sus Squad, but it really hasn't done all that much. And yeah, you can see AZ, he's trying to find someone with the Marshal, but is not going to be successful. They're going to get a Spike Plant, so that's even more money going in their pocket. And yeah, at this point, even if the side of True Rippers lose every single round, they can be very satisfied with this half.
They absolutely are, Floki. I mean, the one thing that you would expect when you're so down low in a half, the one place that you would want to make a comeback, like, confidence booster would be a thrifty round, right?
Yeah.
But after Kubrick's got that first pick, I really thought, okay, you know what? They just need one more and they're going to be good. They can hold off this push coming in. But unfortunately, that revive was available for the side of True Rippers. And that just ended up everything. And on top of that, one tap God who just, completely shut down every single person who peeked him. And as a result, it's gonna be Sus Squad who have a fight again, but not for too long though. If they lose this one out, they're gonna have a lot of hurt, but it's gonna be Kublitz and AZ who actually find 2 kills for themselves. And this Hunter's Fury is actually gonna give damage to 2 players as Relic finds one who was coming on the backstab, I believe. And now, sorry, not on the backstab, he was on the side, my bad about that. But right now, it is True Rippers with a 3v4. As Chobs, he was planning to put down that wall over there, but he realized that it could just be broken down immediately, and his wall would be completely rendered useless. As Direct Shot holding up towards mid, as the play has come to a little bit of stay still. Chobs is in a very good position, but he spots 2 players and he cannot take that fight, and he walls it off immediately, and he's going to try to get out of here ASAP. As True Rippers are trying to force their way into B. The fact work. Chobs is going to find the head of Relic, and he has the advantage for his team. Gets another one. Chobs doing the work for his team, as this could be the first round they put in their favor. 9-3 half in Icebox. It is very deep down low, but it's something that they're going to have to work with at the bare minimum. Master, who's going to be the last one standing, gets 1v3. You've seen him pull off clutches before, but not this time around. Direct going to be helping out his team over here, as finally they put up round number 1 on the board, and that should be the start of at least a little bit of confidence boost.
Absolutely. Sus Squad, I mean, they needed this win for such a long time, and they finally get it. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is still going to be a very uphill battle for them on the oncoming side when the side switch comes in. I have no idea what they're going to do on offense here, because yeah, if you quickly look over to the lineup of True Rippers, they have that extra Killjoy, so they have that extra Sentinel to just help them out. But at the same time, they also have the Reyna on the side of Sus Squad, so maybe it works out for them on offense. I'm not really sure, but yeah, they probably need to get a few more rounds over here. If they lose this one, then it's all going to be for naught. They're not really going to have that wiggle room to work with. And yeah, Zoid once again is going to get tagged right off the bat, but somehow survives this time around. It's Direct Sword who ends up biting the dust instead. Chobs tries to come in with the backstab, but gets spotted by the sentry gun, and Relic goes out and gets the kill on him. Now they've opened up that B side completely. All the rotations have come in towards A. They could easily make their move there, and that's exactly what they're doing. And this is where AZ cuts them off, gets a kill on cross, makes it a little bit easier for his team.
Yeah, but it's not easy at all, is it? There's still a 3v4 situation. True Rippers have the upper hand. AZ, what he does have is Viper Spit. And there it is. He's going to put it down. And it's going to give a lot more of room for him and his team to play with. Sus Squad, they have an advantage of map control right now. They might just win out this one. Zoid spots out one, and he's trying to spam a 4 bullets, but he's going to get the head as for sure. Heals himself back up. Still a lot of health to work with, but guess what? AZ has gone down, and now so has Zoid. As True Rippers somehow pull this one out of their bag. They did have the man advantage, and they made complete and good use of it. And it is going to be the last man standing, Kubrick, who throws in a recon in position where he's not going to reveal anybody. And it is going to be in the 1 versus 3 retake. He gets one hit. Okay, cool breaks. That's the start of something. That was a pretty good shot indeed. And now he needs to move in, but the time is ticking. The spike is not going to be available for too long for him to defuse. So he's checking every single angle he can. He's worried about the backstab because he knows that Relic usually likes to lurk around, but he's not doing it this round. And that's the mind games being played over here. He needs to break that wall. He needs to check every single angle. And guess who's holding up the angle from defender side spawn? It's going to be Master to shut it down to a 10-1 half. And this is looking all but over in the very first half itself. Two Rippers. What a dominant performance from them. And if they win out this last round as well, it's going to be 11-1 and they will need only one pistol after that, which they can just shut this down with the bonus that they get.
Yeah, I mean, that Viper split should have done more work for them. It was just unfortunate that AZ ended up dying that early on and really couldn't do all that much for his team. I mean, there's no way on earth that they walk inside that Viper pit and get that plant down, but somehow they managed to find AZ and that's what gets them that round, really. Now, Kubrick is going to be looking to take the fight too. Then Paradox takes out his knives and takes out Zoid. Master also is going to find Chobs. Now, Master doesn't really have the resurrection, but Chobs did. So that means that they are not going to have the extra body to work with here. It's just going to be a 3v5 engagement for them. Direct shot spots out one, takes him out with the operator. Still standing strong, looking to get the second one, but doesn't really find it. Cross takes him out. And that's the end of that. It's all down to good old AZ, the Viper, coming in, trying to rotate and get some work done. Not the best agent to, sort of capitalize on these sorts of situations. Probably prefer to be a Phoenix or maybe even a Brimstone at this point. The Viper just doesn't do all that much.
Yeah, that's a Guardian, but that is not going to be the Guardian for them in this round as two Rippers. They put up 11-1 half, and what a start in this season for them, Floki. This is going to be absolutely amazing. They're going to be feeling pretty good about this, at least in the first map itself. Because if they win this one out, if they win this pistol out, they're going to have weaponry to go ahead and shut this down 13-1. And that is a huge, huge hole that is going to be very difficult for Sasquatch to climb out of.
I mean, they have the tech pause. I'm surprised that they haven't taken a single one here on the side of Sasquatch to try and figure out what is it that's going wrong for them. Let's see what they do. The good thing about Sasquatch is that they haven't thrown down the Viper Wall just yet, so they haven't shown their hand. But when that Viper Wall comes down, they're gonna know exactly what's up. The rotation might be a bit too late considering it's Icebox. There are 3 people playing A, so this B hit is probably going to work out for them. It's going to come down to Relic, and if he can find a Master towards that mid, and if he can find Chops towards that mid area, the answer is going to be no, because Chops decides not to push, just tries to hold on for the flank, but Paradox takes him out from the backstab. And man, this is looking like it's all but over. Well, they're trying to get in here, but direct shot. Protected by the Viper Wall, no one really sees him. In fact, he spots out one player. Those classic tracers gave away the location of Relic, and Relic ends up being taken out, but Cross is going to find the trade in turn. Still, a 3v4 situation here for Sasquatch, and they're starting to back off. They know that they don't have the man advantage, and the rotations have come in, so they're going to look to make their play elsewhere. And Paradox, he's already covering the flank. He's trying to make sure that they're not able to go towards A without slipping from underneath his crosshairs.
No, that Sheriff is not going to find anything. That Recon is going to be taken out as well. Luckily, they survived. They would have had bullets raining down on them. Right now, Sasquatch in a very, very difficult spot. They want that plant and they want it so bad. Zoid gives them an advantage, but Master's going to immediately take it back from them. That Sheriff is not finding success. Zoid is struggling. One tap god takes out Kubrick as Zoid is going to be going down at the very end. And I don't really know what just happened over there, but Zoid, he could have found those kills. Unfortunately, his bullets were just not connecting to the bodies or the heads of two Rippers players. Okay, Paradox. Usually people flex their biceps, but he's flexing his back. Okay, does he want us to pat it?
No charges left.
Not too sure.
A pat on his back for that performance.
Yeah, I guess they're just giving him a nice back massage for carrying his team and just making sure that the burdens ease a little bit. That poison cloud not really gonna land where one tap god wanted to do, but now it is. So yeah. It's going to be able to get that in position. But, man, this is just the side of True Rippers taking the fight to them. They only end up getting a trade, and this trade does fail the attackers a little bit because they can push in now. But Cross is going to find another and make it a little bit more uneven. Zoid looking for the angle, looking for the kill, doesn't really find it. AZ is going to be brought down low, and Cross spams through the wall and gets the kill. Paradox comes and takes out Zoid. And man, True Rippers take the fight to Sus Squad and just completely demolish them. Look at their faces, no expressions at all. It's just another day at the office for them.
Oh my god, absolutely. What a performance. True Rippers take a bow. And wow, in 14 rounds, Floki,
Boy.
Paradox has got, Paradox has got, 24 kills? 24,
Wow.
25. I don't even know how many kills this man has got, but he's definitely got double the amount. So basically, his average is 2 per round. So he's made sure that he gets 2 kills per round. And what a guy is Paradox when he's unleashed up to this level. And not just him, True Rippers completely just ripped apart the side of Sus Squad. There was nothing that was, that was sussy on their side, because True Ripper said, yeah, no, you're going to stick to that one round that you have and you're not coming any further. They got the pistol of the second half. They got everything that they needed. They shut it down with pure aggression. They shut it down with pure tactical prowess. And True Rippers, my God, they've definitely come into this tournament looking a lot more fresher than Season 1, Floki, because this is a brilliant start. 13-1 victory. How often do you see that happen?
Not very often. I mean, it's a beating. It's a complete and utter beating, a demolition of the morale of Sus Squad. Imagine losing 13-2. That has to be harrowing for them. Now, I hope that for their sake, they don't, let that tilt carry on into the next game, because, yeah, you're gonna have a second chance on Ascent, so you really want to reset. Just forget about the first map, focus on the second one, and maybe you can bring it back and take it to a third one, take it to Haven, where you might have a slightly better chance. But I mean, if Paradox and One Tap God are going to continue performing at this level, then I'm not even sure if they can count on winning Ascent, because Ascent, I mean, most teams do practice Ascent. It's not something they pick, but it's something they know how to play. It's always in the back of their head. It's always in the back of their playbook, something that they can fall back on if really needed. And yeah, this is where things get a little bit interesting, because even though it is the side of, I believe, Sus Squad that have picked up this map, True Rippers are not going to be looking too bad on it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It is absolutely crazy the way they've gone ahead and completely demolished the side of Sus Squad. And
Wow.
boy, oh boy, it's very, very difficult when you're on the receiving end of a scoreboard like this. I mean, nobody from the side of Sus Squad has even reached double kill mark. It's Darksword who's the highest with 7, and that is just going to be hurting them even more. Whereas on the other side, Paradox has triple the amount of kills that Darksword has put up, and that shows the difference in the preparation between these two teams on this map particularly. True Rippers, my God, this is a huge performance from them, and if they're going to be continuing this into Ascent, it's going to be a lot more, damaging for the side of Sus Squad, because I don't think anybody would want to start off a tournament in this fashion, Floki, because if you lose out like this to True Rippers, you've still got a huge amount of work to be done, because you've got the likes of Velocity, Godlike, Team T69 against you, which are going to be coming up in a couple of weeks. And that is going to be even more difficult than this. And I'm pretty sure this is going to hurt them in the cut. And I really think that Sus Squad, they need to work a little bit more in terms of how they, come up as a team more. And any map that's put in front of them, not just, Icebox in particular, because if they know where their strengths lie and they know where their weaknesses lie in terms of map pool at least, then I'm pretty sure that they should understand what exactly they need to ban. Because yeah, Breeze, we know that not a lot of players play, and it usually gets banned, except for the likes of maybe Global Esports and Velocity, who would go for it because they're pretty good at it. But for teams who try to rely on their, ground map pool more, which is Ascent, Bind, or Haven, or that sort of thing, even Icebox becomes a little difficult for them, and you can see it in the hands of Sus Squad today. So we're going to take a quick break before we go into Ascent over here, because I'm pretty sure Sus squad need a little bit of time to absorb what just happened. Two Rippers, they're going to be feeling the momentum, and we're going to wait to see how exactly they're going to come back into this. And we're going to be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back after a short word from our sponsors.
Oh no, he cannot be dashing. No, he gets the third one as well. Good.
Wow!
Gets the side. Fight on. I mean, lightning fast. Gets another. He's gonna get probably another. Lightning fast. Oh my god.
To get one, he gets another. MW1 proving to be the hero. Gets a lot of spam coming in. He gets a
MW1 is coming up clutch. Look at Paradox. He's gonna go find that one. He's actually gonna be able to get away with murder and probably survive with a third kill as well. One back on comes in as the backup and Paradox.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to LG Ultragear presents the Esports Club Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radiant. My name is Fluky. Joining me for this one is going to be Universe. After a shellacking on map 1 by True Rippers on Icebox, Sus Squad make their way to Ascent. It is their map pick. They are going to be playing it. They're hopefully going to be feeling a little bit more comfortable on this map. But hey, you can never count out True Rippers. I mean, after what they've displayed in that first game, I wouldn't even be comfortable going on Ascent if I was Sus Squad. What about you, Universe?
Me too, Floki. I have to agree with what you just said. I would not be feeling comfortable at all. But the one thing about this is, because that pause that we just had, that momentum of True Rippers could or could not be, you never know how it could be broken down, or it could be just, the very same. It depends on the way that they approach this, because I'm pretty sure that True Rippers, they're feeling very confident, and I'm pretty sure that they haven't lost the momentum. But if they have, then this is the time for Sus Squad to build up upon it and try to get themselves ahead of the curve and put up a better performance than the last map, clearly. 13-1. I mean, you do not want to be in the receiving end of it. And this time around, I'm pretty sure that they would want to put up a lot more of a fight and probably win this one out as well, as they've got all 5 players locked in. It's AZ with the Astra this time, Chobs with Killjoy, Zoid goes for Sky this time. It's going to be a single duelist setup for the side of Sus Squad, as they've got 2 initiators, Floki.
Oh yeah.
Is that a usual that we see on the side of on the map of Ascent? Because I've not quite seen usually when a Sova and a Sky both are being played.
Yeah, that's not a common occurrence. That's actually quite new. I'm surprised that they're doing this themselves. It was something that was experimented with in the last season. It didn't really pay off as many dividends as they might have liked. I remember, I think it was the team with what was the name again, with Shivi. I think Force One that experimented with the double initiator setup that didn't really work out. So yeah, it is something that has been tried, but it's yet to find success. Maybe this time it can. Who knows? The cool thing about the Sky is that having the Sky on your team basically enables these agents like Astra, who have nothing but defensive utility. It allows them to be a little bit more active. You can peek on the back of that flash. You can push with the information that the Wolf provides a little bit. Get that pick back off and essentially be a bit more effective than your typical Astra would be, right? Because your typical Astra just likes to sit, hang back, wait for the people to come in, and then just like to maybe anchor down a site if possible. And Astra is not phenomenal at anchoring down a site either, because sure, your abilities are great, but primarily it's the multitude of smokes that you really enjoy having on an Astra. So yeah, I like the Sky pickup by them. It basically tells us that they're probably going to have a bit more of a proactive approach. Let's see if it actually pays any dividends though. For now, they're making their way outside A, and there's literally no one on A for the time being. This is going to be a mid push coming in from True Rippers, and it's going to work out because they find Jobs on the flank. They're going to walk into an empty site and be confused out of their minds as to what just happened. And now they're pinched from both sides. The Cypher's going to come in from heaven, and the rest of True Rippers are coming in from A main. Direct shot's going to be good for 1 kill, but Paradox is going to quickly trade him out. And one tap God still looking to use a paranoia, hoping to find some players here for the time being. And there you go, Kubrick is going to be able to find one. Master is going to take out Kubrick, and that's that. I mean, True Rippers go with a bit of a funky approach, but it works out in the end.
Yeah, it does. I mean, all of them pushed up mid from A shot, from the mid position market. They all pushed up, and clearly it worked out for them, and they completely gave up the A side. I don't know what exactly their plan was. I want to just have a look at it again, because I want to see what exactly they were looking at, the thing I think with this push was probably that the opponent would not expect that, there's 4 players coming on the backstab while they leave 1 on side, which was a relic. But yeah, True Rippers, they made it work, and this is going to be an advantage for them for sure. And oh boy, if they keep continuing on with this momentum, Floki, which looks like already it has started from the previous map, this is not going to be an easy one, because Sus Squad, now they've got Sheriffs, and looks like they're going to be hitting A. Paradox, he's going to be the recipient of that flash coming in. He's blind, a lot of bullets being exchanged over here, and Paradox trying to go away as the plant will for sure go down. And
what?
It is the side. Okay, Master, he finds 2 for himself as he's running in for more. He gets another. Master gets 1 more. It's a 3rd for him. Kubrick's finally going to be able to shut him down with a classic. It's going to be Paradox to get the man under. They haven't positioned his shot to find Sonic's head. He's trying to get another one. He's the last man standing. 2v1. It's going to be Paradox to shut him down, as Cross is going to make sure that the defuse is stuck. And True Rippers pull out another one. Unfortunately, they had to lose 3 weapons in this. But I think they're going to be okay with that.
Yeah, I think they're fine with just losing 3 weapons. It's okay. It's not the end of the world for them. The issue is going to be, of course, the fact that they probably are going to have to resort to Spectres again and, rely on those close angles instead. But it's not the end of the world. I mean, you can still make it work. The question is, where is the push going to come from the side of Sus Squad, right? That's the bigger question, because if you can manage to predict that, then you can make those Spectres and Sheriffs and Bulldogs more effective by making sure that they're in the right position. For now, it looks like it's going to be a default coming out from both sides, and yeah, you can see that they're just trying to find some information and, get some opening picks. Zoid is going to be able to get that first kill on Relic to open things up here. Master, can I get spammed? They're not going to let him get the orb that easily, but Master still finds it nonetheless. One tap God takes out Derek Sod, and now things have been equalized as both teams looking to play it a little bit slow to feed each other out and then make their move. The A side completely open, by the way. No one really playing that area at all from the side of True Rippers, and this might just end up backfiring soon enough, because if the Astra and Sky decide to move in, they are going to see a free side, and now One Tap God starts making his way towards A.
Yep, and finally, True Rippers, they have a read about what's happening, but look at Paradox. Ooh, this could be very, very important to their success. He should have definitely heard the Killjoy running away, and there it is. Paradox, he's given the call out to his team, and look at the rotations coming in, Floki. This could be very, very good, or very, very bad for True Rippers. Paradox, he can line up all three over here, but he's got somebody coming from the backside as well. He hears it, he's waiting for him, and Paradox is going to cause a lot of pain. He gets one, and now they know that the jig's up. They know that the A side's being hit, and True Rippers, they have the upper hand in terms of man and map control. Paradox, he's going to get a player coming in towards him. He goes up, but it's going to be cross to take down two with the Spectre himself. As the last man standing AZ does get the flank, but I don't think he's going to get anything more. Runs down in the Molotov as Cross finishes him off, and it's going to be True Rippers to pull out another beautiful round as the bonus goes in their favor. They pick up weapons that they need, and it's pretty much of a reminiscence of what happened on map number 1.
Oh yeah, very, very unfortunate here for for the side of Sus Squad once again, as they just get outplayed completely by Paradox. Paradox somehow just has these map hacks in his mind that he's using to figure out where True Rippers are, where the side of Sus Squad are going to go next, and every single time he's just so on point with his pushes. I mean, his sense of timing is absolutely wonderful here. We'll see if they can continue with that performance going in. Master, he sees the Killjoy on that recon dart, but One Tap God goes and gets him at a greedy. He still managed to line up 2 somehow. He got 2 kills on the back of that Phantom, not 1. And now Paradox is going to follow up on that as well. Fine Q breaks, also fine jobs, and now it's all down to the Astra. Sheriff, okay, Relic pulls off his classic and teaches the Astra a lesson in pistol shooting.
Yeah, Relic's camera agrees that, you should not be seeing his face right now after he whipped those couple of shots from the Phantom. But it's okay, happens to the best of us, and Sus Squad, they're going to be feeling that one another. Although it was an eco, at this point, I'm not quite sure who's showing the aggression over here, Floki, because clearly True Rippers feel like they're on the attacking side. Oh yeah. They feel like it, at least.
It certainly does, and it seems like every single time I'm seeing the side of True Rippers, they're trying something innovative. Look at them. Look at the lineup, in fact. They have a Phoenix, an Omen, and a Cypher. Not something that you usually see on a map like Ascent. And it's working out for them so far. I mean, even the side of Sus Squad are trying out something new, but it's not really worked out for them as well as they would have liked. Master just narrowly avoids death, but Derek Saw, despite being flashed, is going to be able to find that kill. And Relic, well, for the time being, he's just going to try to shut that area down. The Seekers come in. That's going to give them some information as to the number of people that are going to be here on the site. That market door is going to be opened up once again. And yeah, Relic, how much work can you do here? Well, One Tap God's going to flash his own teammate. That means Relic is out of commission for a little while. He's going to be good for 1. As really see the second one push in just yet, and still holding on his position, waiting for his teammates to come in. Paradox comes in and gets the kill, and makes it a 3v2 for his team. He's gonna find another one, and Cross gets that final kill. My god, True Rippers, they are in a hurry to go somewhere once again. I mean, they open up with a 5-0 scoreline. This is so demoralizing if you're Sus Squad. I mean, just imagine being them right now. I don't even have words to describe what's going on. This is... My heart is sinking, just looking at this match. I'm starting to feel bad. Paradox already has 10 kills. He literally has gotten 2 kills per round.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know how Relic survived over there. I genuinely do not know how that guy got a kill and just somehow continued to be alive. But right now, he's going to be having another push coming in towards himself as the side of Sus Squad are trying to aggress towards B again. Smoke comes in pretty deep, in fact, for that matter. And that's going to, although it's going to allow Dinosaur to move around left and right side of it. Oh, Relic is going to eat one blade. Not too much though, and here comes the lockdown. Darksod looking at the angle. He's waiting for Relic to pick, and he's gonna take him down. The knives are not gonna be as accurate as he would have wanted it to be. And True Rippers, there is no reason for them to push on to this. They're gonna just hold on for as long as they can, and they're relying on Kubrick to find a kill, but it's not gonna happen. Master with the run it back is not gonna get anything either. Chops gets one, Zoid gets another, and somehow Squad are actually making this work. Master running in blind completely. Relic finds one. This guy is running around with his back turned, and Relic gets a 3k for himself. And A is possible if he finds Chops on the last player standing as well. In a 2v2 now, he does have the advantage. He's got Paradox on the flank, as he is also being reconned in by that
last player standing.
alarm bot. Chops finds Relic, and Paradox finds Kubrick coming towards the defender side spawn as a matter of positional and mind games going on over here. Chops giving away his position, and he's giving the plant as well. He's gonna actually commit to it, and he's gonna get a little bit of a time to run away. Paradox spots him, he jumps onto the side, and now in a 1v1, a Sentinel versus a duel. It's a duel that you usually see, but it's gonna be Paradox. What a flick!
My goodness, Paradox just feeling himself today. Look at that! Just dusting off his shoulders casually and being like, yep, that's me. I just did that. And you can see even one tap God is smiling. Even he knows that was insane. My goodness, I don't even know what to say anymore. Yeah, this is just True Rippers completely, you know, giving a masterclass on how to play Ascent here over to the side of Sus Squad, as Sus Squad struggling to put up a single round on board again, as we see a bit of a repeat of what happened on Icebox here. This time around, they're going to try something different. They're going to try to make their way towards mid instead, where there's only a single tripwire and one tap god waiting for them with this paranoia. They're going to get some map control. I like this maneuver by them, but yes, that is also quickly going to be shut down thanks to the dark cover that comes in from one tap god, buying them some time. And even though they've managed to sprawl out on mid, they really haven't taken up those aggressive positions that they would have liked to on the back of those pushes. Now they're going to try to flash in the jet. Darksod doesn't see anyone, gets into gardens, and is now looking to hold here, looking for any people that might peek and catch them off guard. But they're playing it very, very patiently, True Rippers. They see no reason to push. Neither do I. They're just going to wait for the fight to come to them. They're rotating all over towards A. They kind of suspect that this is going to be an A hit coming in. The recon goes through. That recon doesn't reveal much, but Paradox is going to find Cubic still. Cross goes and gets another. That flash doing so much work from one tap god. And now it's all down to the Killjoy and the Astra. Not much that Chops and AZ can do at this point. AZ might just even die from smoke itself. Cross pushes his own teammate Smoke and manages to go forward and get a kill. AZ, he got one kill, but that's about all he got. And once again, True Rippers just, yeah, this is this is humiliating for the side of Sus Squad, not gonna lie. This is not what they were hoping for on Ascent at all.
Definitely not. I really thought that once Cross was playing in such a common position, I genuinely thought that somebody was going to clear it out next to that switchboard, which shuts down the door towards A shot. But nobody checked it, and the best thing about that part was the fact that Cross had so much support from his team, and that's exactly what True Rippers have been doing so very well this entire series. That team support, look at this, they're pushing up towards mid again. 3 players are pushing up mid. They've got the support with each other, and they're getting kills, they're getting trades back. Master, he gets another one. The advantage still on the side of True Rippers. Master gets another one.
What?
And, I don't know what's happening, but okay, somehow Sus Squad pull it back. 3v2, ready to pop one head. He's looking to get another. 2v2. True Rippers are not letting their legs off the gas pedal, no matter how far back they're pushed. And now finally, Sus Squad have a chance to pull back this round, but it's still not easy for them. In a 2v1, they have weaponry, they have positioning. AZ is in towards shot, but what they don't know is that they have to face off against Cross, who's been on a roll so far. and he has what he needs to pull off this one. He's got utility, he's got shock darts, he's got a recon, and he's gonna give away a little bit of a sound cue to bait out a little players coming in from short. He fires into towards the door, and AZ's gonna use that to get himself and his team the first round. 7-1 now, Floki. Last time it was 9-1, I believe, where they got the first round. This time it's 7-1. This should give them a little bit more room to work with, because they pull back another round. It's already going to be a better better map than the previous one.
Absolutely. It's going to be twice as good, in fact, because they only got one round last time around. So, yeah, I mean, the multiplication, the addition is completely in their favor as of now. I mean, they can just cheat on stats and be like, oh, we played 5 times as better. We got 5 times as many rounds as we did last time around, guys. We did a lot better. But, yeah, I don't think that's going to be giving them any sort of moral encouragement whatsoever. Paradox goes unchecked, by the way, so yeah, he could easily just play this angle, get a pick, and dash in towards A side again. That...
Okay.
Nano Swarm...
Okay, Chubbs. Okay.
Yeah, I think okay is the right thing to say. Oh, Paradox! He takes him out, and the shock that takes him out in return. Ah, boy. Well, he found his.
I really thought he wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, me neither, but he managed to peek out and get the kill in the nick of time. Wasn't really expecting him to take that much damage. I mean, that single shock dart just took him out. It dealt 150 damage after the Astral Gravity Well made Paradox one
enemy
and
remains.
across. Oh boy, just holding that. Shots nowhere to run.
Saving that operator might be his best option, but I don't think he's going to be allowed to do even that. He's put down a star for safe measure,
30 seconds
but I think
left.
that's going to be for him to fight, and he's going to go fight. He's going to give up his life as the operator is being picked up by One Tap God, the guy who got the last kill. And 8-1. Are we going to see another 11-1 over here, Floki? Because at this point, by the way True Rippers are playing and the way that economy on the side of Sus Squad is falling apart one by one, round after round, it looks very likely, because now they've got 2 Vandals, they've got Sheriffs, they've got no utility as much as they would want. But the one thing that they do have is still a few smiles on their faces.
Okay, let me put it this way. If they coordinate properly with their Sky, I think these rounds are very, very doable. They just need to play a little bit more aggressively. I feel like the main issue has just been them not taking fights the right way. And there you go, right off the bat, Patrick gets taken out by direct shot. Elsewhere, Jobs, I don't know why he pushed a B main. That was totally unnecessary. And True Rippers are going to find a flurry of kills in the mid area. And this is what I talked about. I mean, you have to peek on the back of those Sky flashes. You've got those flashes, make use of them, get some distance, maybe even throw out a nanoswarm or two to clear out some areas and get more map control. That's the biggest problem that Sus Squad are having, is just getting anywhere on the map at all. Every single time they try to make a play, it just seems that the side of True Rippers have their guns out and they're just able to take them out. And Master takes the operator in his hand and gets the kill. One Tap God comes in from the flank, and that's the end of the round. Not much you could have hoped for. This was a bit of an eco coming in from the side of Sus Squad, but maybe this round can work out for them. Okay, here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's what they need to do if they want to win. They need to smoke off mid, and if they get smoked off in return and they want to make their way towards mid, they should just fall back on those Sky Flashes and that Sky Wolf, go forward, and just clear out those angles and push that smoke anyway on the back of those, on the back of the Sky utility, right? Because, I mean, if you just, let the enemy smoke you off, I mean, they can delay you infinitely. I mean, they have their sentinels on the sides to delay you. They've got, the Omen smokes, the Omen flashes, the Molotovs and whatnot. So you have to do this. I like this approach. They're going to throw out their Seekers, they're going to throw out their flashes. Look at Relic. He's just completely screwed. There's nothing he can do with all that utility is dumped in. There's nowhere you can go. One Tap God's still going to find direct shot to start things off. The lockdown is going to be destroyed, and Master spams through the smoke, gets the kill on Zoid. Still, this has been really, really good for the side of Sus Squad so far. They managed to do a lot more than they have in the previous round. They kept that spike down, and now they're looking to do a post plant. Master goes in, gets a kill. Cubis is also going to find one. Job is going to pick up One Tap God as well. He comes in with the kill. And finally, it seems that Sus Squad are going to be able to do something. Master, with the Vandal though, gets another kill. Spots out where AZ is. But at this point, he could get double kill. He's to isolate his fight. He's gonna be able to find Jobs now in a 1v1. But AZ is gonna win that duel, make it a 9-2 or at least a 10-2 half at the worst. And yeah, this is what I was talking about. I mean, Sus Squad, they need to use their utility well. And it doesn't seem like they were really doing that up until this point. They are going to take a pause now, True Rippers. This is going to be the first pause of this entire series, by the way. So, yeah, there you go. That's the first tactical pause coming in.
Oh my god. I mean, I feel like somebody deserved it at this point, and it is Sus Squad who deserve it more. I would say Crosshair, probably gone for a little pee break, or maybe a food break, or maybe a Red Bull break for that matter, to get some energy back. He's back already. But what is going to be for the side of Sus Squad to do in this break is try to recollect their strategies and try to make sure that they understand what exactly is going to be the gravity of the situation if they do not pull back the next round at the bare minimum, because it is the last round of the half. And 10-2, I would say Floki is just as bad as 11-1, if not worse, because all you need is just one pistol round to win if you're on the side of 10, right? You need one pistol, and then you're going to be able to get that advantage, and you're going to be able to multiply upon that advantage, and you just run riot. And True Rippers, we've seen that they won all the pistols so far, and they're not going to be afraid to get another one, as for sure we know that they've got advantages on every single point of their playstyle. They've got map control. They get map control by sheer brute force. They make sure that they've got utility to work around with until the very end. They've got players who can get the kills that they need. And now, Paradox, as he's looking towards mid, he's giving out his information that the rest of his opponents are moving in towards A main, which has already been heard, and he's positioning himself towards heaven as the astral divide, the cosmic divide comes in, and Paradox gets a collat.
He's looking for more. He's not done yet. He's going to find a third one as well. Easy's going to get taken out, and man, this cosmic divide doesn't do anything for them at all. Paradox just completely shuts them down. And this is the issue. I mean, even when you start doing things, right, you still have to worry about Paradox just coming in and peeking you from the off angle, thanks to the economic advantage that they've built up. This man wants his ace. He's looking for it. He wants it. He's going to go get it. One tap got his going to spot out Shops, but that ace is going to be denied. True Rippers, they get themselves 10 rounds on defense, and now they switch over to the other side. And man, this is not looking good for the side of Sus Squad. Now, if they manage to win the pistol, they can stem the bleeding a little bit. They can get themselves a little bit more breathing room, but yeah, that's a big if. That's a if they manage to win that pistol round. That is if the side of True Rippers don't get the spike down and don't force buy as a result of that later on. And look at Paradox. He's getting his lunch at the moment. He's like, Mom, just real quick, I'm just gonna finish up this game. Only got 3 rounds remaining, then I'm gonna have my lunch. Don't worry about it.
It's a reward.
Yeah, man, Paradox, he's really a good showman. I like what he does for the camera. It's really good to have someone like him just entertaining the audience as alike. Just one for the crowd.
Absolutely. We all love doing stuff for the crowd, and this is all for the crowd itself. This is the fans who make us, feel good about ourselves and as a team. And right now, it's gonna be AEZ along with his team to try to defend this side. But Relic has already got the first pick towards Chops, who pushed up towards A. AZ finds one, trying to get another, not gonna be able to. One tap god wins that duel with a burst classic. It's gonna be Kubrick to run and find one with his ghost. I don't know how that happened. But Cross finds one back, and now True Rippers in a 3v2. Make that a 2v2. Drixer gets one back. Zoid gets another. And suddenly, out of nowhere, it's gonna be Relic left alone in a 1v2, and they know exactly where he is. Now, we know he's got the potential to clutch this round out, but Sus Squad, they need this round more than ever. They need to make a comeback. They want this one. They need to make sure that they get this one. Now he gets peeked on, and they know where he is. Relic, he has a camera. He can use it as a bait, or he can use it to get information. Flash comes in. Not gonna work in their favor. Now the last player left is solo. It's Relic to clutch it out. A 3k for him. And again, those 1v1 duels are what's killing them. They didn't understand and look. Okay, Paradox. My man. I know we all hungry, man. It looks like you're more hungry on the battlefield, than you are in real life.
Yeah, 19 kills to his name, by the way. In a 13-round match so far. So yeah, this man is definitely hungry for more. But yeah, Relic just pulling that one back, not giving them any quarter. And on top of that, getting that spike down, getting those extra credits. Man, what a masterclass by him once again, and just how to play these situations. Didn't even use the Cypher Cam, by the way. Nice shockouts coming in from Kubrick. That is actually going to make life a little bit difficult here for the side of True Rippers. Paradox is going to be revealed. Kubrick takes some damage from his own Killjoy's Nanostorm, but that's okay. And now he's going to be holding this close angle. So they did force by here on the side of Sus Squad, and they've already managed to find a pick on Master. who was playing towards the tiles area, and it seems that True Rippers, they're gonna hightail it towards B. They've managed to force out rotations on A. By the time they figure out what's happening, it's gonna be too little too late, and it's all gonna be down to AG to find those picks. Misses the first shot on Relic, doesn't get the second one either. Relic just goes forward and shuts them down with that Spectre, and Paradox on the lurk, looking to cut them off on their rotations, looking to cut off their vitals. And direct shot, I don't think he's gonna check this corner in pizza. He's gonna get taken out as well.
Oh boy.
He still tags him up though. He's down to 4 HP Paradox, and he could end up going down. But Zoid gets through with the Sheriff. The shock dart is gonna get that return kill, make it an even 2v2. Paradox still here, still playing this angle. He gets pre-fired, but at the end of the day, it's enough to take him out. And now Cross goes for a risky shock dart. It works out. It deals damage, but he doesn't find the kill. And finally, it seems that Sus Squad have managed to put up a round on board for themselves. You can see the celebrations coming in from Kubrick's.
Yep, absolutely. Lot of bullets being fired, and clearly they are happy with that round that they've got back in their favor. And True Rippers, they had it actually. I don't exactly know what happened, but as a result of that, they're gonna have to be forced towards an eco or whatever it is, maybe a half buy or a force buy, whatever they choose to go for. They can comfortably go for it, Floki, because they've got money that will be accumulating in the next couple of rounds, because they have rounds that they can give up, at least a few. Not too many though, because we've seen comebacks happen even from this stage. So yeah, True Rippers on an eco, Sheriffs across the board with one Marshall in the hands of one of the players, and that's gonna be it though. For now, they are trying to aggress towards mid as Paradox. He will find direct shot any second now in his crosshair if he peeks on that side. Direct shot holding a very good angle. That recon not gonna actually find out anybody. Okay, direct shot. He just drops Cross dead, and it's gonna be him to get one kill. Master finds the head of Chops though, as direct shot has pushed up closer to the smoke. They're gonna pick up that spike that was dropped from that kill. Breaks, running into the smoke, gives away his life. And I'm pretty sure that's not what his intention was. He would have wanted to get the kill. And okay, one tap god, he gets another one, and he's just causing so much damage. Push down the smoke for himself, and he's sitting on the other corner of it. AZ takes him down finally, and now it's gonna be the side of Sus Squad to come in a 2v2 retake. The Seekers are gonna give it a little bit of a positioning, and the flashes are being exchanged. Zoid, he needs to make sure he gets his first kill, and AZ needs to run at the same time as well. It's going to be Paradox to find the head of Zoid. Oh my god, True Rippers. A Thrifty goes in their favor as Paradox gets two beautiful headshots. And look at the laughter on the face of One Tap God. He's so happy with what he just did.
I mean, this is just annoying. I mean, the moment the side of Sus Squad gets something going for themselves, gets snatched right out of their mouths by True Rippers again. And yeah, well, they want a Thrifty. They want a force buy? Well, I mean, the side of True Rippers can do one better. So, yeah, it's going to be them on match point again. And, yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if the side of Sus Squad just threw their hands in the air at this point and just told that, okay, you know, we're done with this game. We don't want to play anyway. And you can see they only have money for Sheriff's light shields and heavy shield on some of them. Sure, is going to find Relic to start things off, so that's good. But look at that. Cross manages to find Kubrick to start things off here. And Paradox is going to find another kill as well. Cross is holding the B main area, looking for that second kill, is not going to find it. AZ gets that kill, and it's now down to a 2v2, somewhat of a doable situation, but Paradox is already on the flank coming in from this pizza area. AZ sort of knows about this, but how's the timing going to go? It's not going to work out in AZ's favor. AZ does not see him crossing, and this might just give him a false sense of security. He may not check that little cubby area where Paradox is hidden. And there you go, he's going to lay down some stars, going to lay down some smokes, and he is probably going to be taken out here as he, well, is not gonna like what just happened. Zoid is coming in. He's in a 1v1 here. If he could take him out, he could potentially half defuse the spike, but it's not gonna happen. And there you go. One tap. Oh, what in the heck? Get out of my way. And then killed him through those dice boxes. This is... Ah, man. Yeah, you can see just you know, their faces, smiles on their face. Paradox giving a thumbs up. He's like, I'm having biryani for dinner. I know, I'm so happy. And yeah. This True Rippers managing to take this win. I mean, just looking effortless from them as they completely demolished Sus Squad.
That was just so much of a landslide victory, I would say. 24 kills this time, Paradox. That's just How? 16 rounds, 24 kills. That's at least 1.75? 1.7, 1 point, at least a 1.5, which basically means he's killing off one person and at least giving a damage to another at the bare minimum to get an assist. And this guy's just crazy. On top of that, he already has assists as well, which I believe are okay, just one assist, but that's okay. But clearly, this guy is an absolute beast. And let's just dive into the match highlights to see how exactly True Rippers just truly ripped apart Squad in this entire series. First match, 13-1. Second match, 13-3. I mean, I would say this is dominance personified. Wouldn't you say so, Floki?
I mean, I haven't seen a more textbook example of the word corporal punishment or spanking before, but I think this one sums it up pretty well. That's what the side of True Rippers dished out to Squad, and Squad had absolutely no way of pulling this one back. It just seemed that they were tilted, you know, once they lost those few early rounds, once they lost those 5 rounds at the start, they just could not seem to recover at all. And yeah, I mean, and when you're in that spot, mentally, it can just be so hard to come back, right? That's why it's so important to have a calm mind to be able to brush it aside, you know, look at it from a fresh perspective and try to make something happen, try to make head and tails of what's going on. But yeah, it doesn't happen. Even in situations where they should have won. I mean, Relic managed to clutch it out. I mean, I think it's this particular clutch where Relic just you know, shuts them down despite them having that, you know, sort of initial pickup and that man advantage. And man, like every single time the side of True Rippers, even when they were cornered, they managed to just bite back and put it back in their favor. And this was another round where Relic managed to really impress me, where I think he alone got himself 3 kills. He was really hesitant about using that Cypher ult, you know, just wasn't sure what the timing was going to be like, so
yeah,
chose to hold it. But yeah, I have to say, I mean, he just he and everyone else from True Rippers just shut down the side of Squad completely. Paradox, of course, the MVP, once again with a combat score of 384, 24 kills to his name. He has done a lot of work for his team. Over on the side of Squad, a noticeable improvement. They are in the double digits. I mean, you have Zoid with 10, you have AZ with 10, you know, Darixor and Charles with 8 each, and Kubrix with 7. So yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what I can, you know, point out over on the side of Squad. I don't know what went wrong for them. I think the right thing to say is just that everything that could have gone wrong for them did go wrong for them, and as a result, they find themselves in the spot. But I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are. You know, was what the hell went so wrong for the side of Squad?
I honestly think, you know, the major factor over here, Floki, that I think both of us noticed was that teamwork, you know. That the very round where you just mentioned that Relic, he pulled off the pistol round back of B side, where the guy who was healthy, which I believe was the Jet, came on and peeked first, right? But Zoid was not there to help him. If both of them would have peeked together, I think they would have got that kill onto Relic and they would have got that round itself. But the healthier person peaked once. They gave Relic the advantage of the 1v1. He got the headshot and he found Zoid pretty easily as well because he just had to hide because of his low HP. And that was just one instance of many where Squad just failed to perform more as a team, where they could not just do it individually. They should know that if it's not working out as a solo person going up and taking these 1v1 fights, because I'm pretty sure there were so many points where it was not 1v1, it was 1v2, it was 1v3, where, you know, Paradox and his, I think it was one tap, got along with Master, pushed up mid, they got that control that they wanted, they got a couple of kills as well, they were trading off of each other. And Squad had no response to that because one person came out, then the next person came out, then the third person came out, and they were just giving up their lives. And that itself shows that, you know, they need to work together as a team. The cohesion as a team needs to be there. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot more to talk about this team and see how exactly they performed in the 2 maps. So let's just call up an Assassin and go towards an analyst desk and see what exactly he has in mind and what questions that we're going to be answering over there after this short break.
Oh no, he cannot be dashing. No, he gets the third one as well.
Wow! Fight on! I mean, lightning fast. Gets another. He's gonna get probably another. Lightning fast. Oh my god!
To get one, he gets another. MW1 proving to be the hero. Gets a lot of spam coming in. He gets a
MW1 is coming up clutch.
Look out, but look at Paradox! He's gonna find that one! He's actually gonna be able to get away with murder and probably survive with a third kill as well! One tap gun comes in as the backup, and Paradox!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the analyst desk of the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2, powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. Well, that was quite an interesting best of three, even though we thought that it might go all the three maps. It looks like that's our squad. Well, they weren't prepared, or maybe they weren't ready to face off against Team Trooper Esports. We'll be talking in depth about both of these maps, but let's take a look at what exactly was the story on map number 1, that is Icebox, where Trooper Esports, they went ahead and ripped apart the entirety of Sus squad 13-1. Now, I wanted to ask you this, Floki. What went wrong for the side of Sus squad, and what did Trooper Esports do on the map of Icebox?
Yes to the first question and no to the second question.
Yeah.
So what went wrong for
okay.
the side of our squad? Everything. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. I mean, they lost those first few rounds. They tilted on the back of that. They stopped using their utility properly. They didn't get any map control, even though they were using their smokes and even though they were trying to, move up into these forward positions. They never really cleared areas properly. And as a result, they just could never really do much. I mean, on Icebox, I don't even know what happened, right? It just seemed like they were never running into the Viper, and as a result, that Viper could never really find all that much effectiveness. AZ was just, like a deer in headlights most of the time. He was like, oh, well, they're not coming to B. What the hell can I do on A, I mean, I can't rotate in time. My teammates are not really able to hold on to that site. And in that situation, like, you can't even blame him, right? Because most of the time, if Zoid and if everyone that is supposed to be holding the A site just dies in, like, the first, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds of the push, that rotation is not going to come in time. I mean, you need to be able to hold on. You need to be able to at least, if you're not going to be able to hold on, give up map control, just survive long enough. Make sure it's still a 5v5 and you guys can play trades, right? But even that didn't happen. I mean, look at this. This was like the one round where I think Sus squad actually managed to hold on for a little bit. And after this round, it was all downhill for them. I mean, Chobs, he was able to get himself a couple of kills. But then quickly enough, I mean, True Rippers quickly responded and got all those kills to their favor and, shut this round down completely. And I just don't know what to say. I mean, Sus squad, I think it's probably a mental issue for them. I think they somewhat lack mental fortitude to an extent. And if they can maybe work on that, if they can maybe think about that, then life could be a little bit easier for them. They could potentially be in a better spot than they have been. I mean, also, like, a lot of times, like these, like, this is just True Rippers playing really well and having a very good sense of intuition. I mean, it wasn't just True Rippers playing well today, it was also the side of Sus squad letting that get to them and not really playing their best as a result. And I think those two effects just compounded off of each other and we just saw a complete shellacking on Icebox.
Through that, if you take a look at the scoreboard as well, right, for map number 1, Icebox, it clearly goes on to show that Sus squad, they weren't having the best of the days. I mean, not a single player above 10 kills or, not even in double digits. It's kind of Unfortunate that they were not able to make ends meet today against Trooper Esports. But Trooper Esports, well, they definitely put up the work, especially Paradox with 21 kills. And there's this sort of a joke as well among us friends from the side of me and Troopers. That One Tap God kind of is the better jet than Paradox, but yeah, it looks like that Paradox. He goes ahead and tells everyone that hey, I'm still the better jet. I'm the deserving one. I'm going to be on the jet role. Let One Tap God go ahead and pick up the controller, and that's kind of interesting, because One Tap God is a very valuable asset in terms of getting all of these frags. And to see this kind of a change coming out from the side of Trooper Esports truly feels good to put One Tap God on the controller role, playing the Viper and whatnot. So interesting composition coming out from the side of Trooper Esports. And yeah, overall amazing stat. Now let's get back to the map, Veto, and we want to talk about what happened on the map of Ascent, where Sus Squad, they got beaten down by Trooper Esports 13-3. So yeah, I'm definitely sure of the fact that Universe is a lot to talk about what exactly happened on the map of Ascent, because we're going to be having the series highlights on your screens right now, and Universe, just take it away.
Oh, I mean, who took it away was not. I can't take it away because today, who took it away was True Rippers, and absolutely what a battering of a show from them. I mean, 13-1 and 13-3 are two scorelines that clearly show that they've got their dominance still running ahead, and clearly that they've improved from last time, because True Rippers clearly they've come with guns ablazing, they've come with forces revamped, they've come with whatever you want to call it. They've got everything that they needed, and they completely and obliterated the squad from the top of their heads to the bottom of their feet. And it went from the start. I mean, they did get 6 rounds in after the sixth. I think after the 6th or 7th round, it was where they put up the first round over here, Sus Squad, and then it went to a 10-2 half. But imagine being down that low when you've already had one map where you've gone 13-1 down. It's very difficult to understand what exactly was running in the minds of Sus Squad, because it was moments like these, right, Assassin? Because you see, it's just 1v1s. Look at now, you saw where that person right in the middle of the side at direct shot. He died in the middle of the side. He's got his teammate towards the left side over there on that corner, and no, he was not there to help him. He didn't even swing out to get that kill. And that teamwork, that factor of teamwork just did not work out for them. It almost looked like they were completely unaware of what True Rippers were throwing at them in every single round. And Sus Squad just, they had their hands tied behind their backs, and they could do nothing but just eat the cake right up front, smashed into their faces from the hands of True Rippers. It's usually a happy birthday. Today, it definitely wasn't happy for them if it was a birthday cake, because what they ate, I'm pretty sure, tasted very stale.
True that, though. I mean, Sus Squad, right? We kind of expected something out of them on the map of Ascent. I mean, fine. Icebox is a map where Trooper Esports, they would tend to go ahead and take it away, because they are a team that usually plays around maps like Icebox and Split and Haven. But Sus Squad, they're a team that play maps, that go ahead and play maps like Ascent. We got Bind, got Split. I think that Sus Squad, they recently started playing Breeze as well. Not really sure though. Kind of heard where they did start playing Breeze as well. But yeah, interestingly, we expect them to do better on the map of Ascent. But unfortunately, Triple Esports, they were just better. Paradox again, 24 kills. Like, look at that ACS, 384 ACS. It's just insane to see Triple Esports go ahead and put up numbers like these. And I feel like that Sus Squad, they kind of need to, just go back to the drawing board. They kind of need to figure out where exactly they went wrong. And I feel like that the entirety of Sus Squad, they are going to try and, put up a much better display, a much better performance in the coming games, especially in the group stages of Season 2. Because if they're not going to be able to do that, then they are either going to survive or they're going to get relegated. So it's going to be the either of the two. But yeah, any closing thoughts before we go ahead and sum it up, ladies, gentlemen, starting from you, Floki?
Bit of a weird one, but try meditation maybe. If you really find yourself tilting on the back of that, I personally found that meditation helps me a little bit. Jokes aside, though, I really just hope that the side of Sus Squad are able to look past this, because as a team, sometimes you can get stuck on these sorts of situations. It's important to analyze it from an objective perspective and not an emotional one. Not look at this loss and be like, and start pointing fingers like you did that wrong or you did that wrong, and go down that route, because that's a slippery slope, and that is quickly going to ensure that team morale just goes down to zero, and there's no teamwork ever coming in from their side ever again. So yeah, just be objective about it, see what you did wrong, look at what you can improve in the immediate term, and look at what you can improve in the long term as well, and work on those things. That's all.
Anything from your side, Universe, on what exactly do you think Susquad can do different in order to put up these wins?
I think that I have to agree with Floki. One loss is, I mean, it is a loss for sure, and it is one that's going to be hitting you hard. But that doesn't determine the rest of your season, right? I mean, we've seen when first loss, you have it that bad, you come back strong and you hit it much more harder. You try to get all the remaining wins that you can out of this season, and try to make it to the playoffs. And Squad, they definitely have the potential. We know that they have. Is just a little bit more practice, maybe as a team. That synchronization is required, and I'm pretty sure this team can surprise us. They've had time to practice. They probably need a little bit more screws tightened up, a little bit, the work being done around the way that they play together in terms of trade-offs, in terms of how they push together as a team, strategies coming in that help them give the first advantage, whether or they're attacking or on the defensive side. And I'm pretty sure this team can surprise us, do something completely out of the blue and surprise the big teams that are going to be coming up ahead in the weeks to come as well.
Definitely. Well, with that, we are going to be jumping straight into the group standings now, because it has been updated after this particular game, and we are going to be seeing True Esports going straight up towards the first spot. Well, of course, this is just day 2 of the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2 powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. So all of these teams, they're going to, play each game, and they're just going to go ahead and put up the wins and climb to the first spot after every win. So True Esports, well, with them going ahead and winning it out with such a huge margin as well, straight up moving over towards the first spot. But yeah, it eventually is gonna get better for the Sarasa squad as well, with them going ahead and analyzing as to how exactly the other teams play as well. The problem for Sus squad is that they're in a group where it is kind of difficult to sort of sustain as well, because they've got Velocity Gaming, they've got Enigma Gaming, they've got Reckoning Esports, they've got Godlike Esports, they've got Team T69, they've got Team Trooper Esports. They've got absolutely every single team to be worried about as well in their particular group. So I'm not really sure how exactly Susquad are going to go ahead and perform, but hopefully they do, go back to the drawing board and figure out where exactly they went wrong, and they rectify those mistakes and they come back stronger as well. But with that, let's take a quick look at today's matchups now. After the first game of the day, we are now going to be signing off. We're going to be coming back to you guys with the second half of the second half game of the day. This is going to be Global Esports versus Oculus 5. Now, this is going to be a match that you guys don't want to miss. So don't forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also hit the bell notification icon to never miss another update. Because yeah, Global Esports versus Oculus 5 is definitely going to be one for the books. But yeah, with that, thank you so much for tuning in for the first match of the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2 powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. We're going to be seeing you guys at 8 p.m. IST sharp with Global Esports going up against Oculus 5. Until then, you guys were watching the LG Ultragear TEC Gauntlet Season 2 powered by WD Black and AMD Ryzen Radeon. Don't forget to check out the amazing deals that have been brought to you by our lovely sponsors, LG Ultragear, WD Black, and AMD Ryzen Radeon. So see you guys at 8 p.m. Bye-bye.
Bye.